What's going on? What's going on, everyone? It is Friday, April 12th, 2019, wrapping up another solid week in the markets. What a spike gives yesterday. It was a little bit of a boring day, sector-wise, ETF-wise, SPY-wise, across the board. Obviously, went from green to red, closed in the red. Obviously, a couple cents down. It's what it's been doing. It's been doing this fairly consistently for quite a while. Obviously, you got that solid uptrend though for quite a bit, but it's got its pullbacks here and there. Obviously, making that run, another run for 289, pulling back, and anticipate maybe a strong move into the finish. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But nonetheless, there was plenty of moves, as I always say, to the upside and downside, regardless of the market direction. Sectors, majority of them closed green. I think what is, I don't know, 7 or 8 of the 11. Not so sure actually. But that being said, we have, what do we have? We have 7 going in our watch list on the session today, and let's get into it. So first up, we have ICPT. As you can see on the charts here, these guys took a bath yesterday, and they just faded out all day long. It was a solid trade for us. I actually took this down quite early, and it's not showing any support as of right now in this area, so I still like it for a couple more points to downside. Obviously it's down almost 16 points, and when you say it can't go any further, that's exactly when it goes a little bit further, right? So whether it's going to go down or not, we'll see. It's showing some serious weakness. Obviously, there's a lot of shares being unloaded on the market, and as always, these buyers don't unload shares all at once. They do it in tiers, right? So let's see if this we saw tier 1 yesterday. Let's see if we're going to see tier 2 today. If not, well, we'll see. Maybe it is the bottom, and you're going to have some value buyers here buying the stock back up, but I don't think so. I think there's still a little bit of meat on the bone. Anyway, so let's keep going here. And next up we have BBBY. BBBY obviously traded a little stronger than normal than I would do on a day 2, but it had a solid gap down, and that being said, it had a pretty strong up move prior to the gap down yesterday. So Wednesday's move got a lot of people trapped, right? So a lot of panic selling. I think people, a lot of investors are going to see how this thing's going to perform. Let's see what the open looks like, and there's a little bit of action after market yesterday, but let's see what the market talks about and feels about this thing after the dust settles. And if I think there's maybe a solid point or so to the downside, and there's plenty of meat all day long. If it's weak, we like that. So up next we have MC. MC obviously showing some weakness for a couple months. Well, as you can see, it's on the daily. It's had a pretty terrible end of the year. And it's not showing any kind of strength right now. It's having some gap downs and tiers, and I don't see any support for another few points. So I like it. Definitely like it to the downside, and we're going to look into this thing anytime it gets below VWAP. We're going to test it out and see if we can enjoy some of the ride. Next up, we have CERN. CERN obviously had that gap up on the 9th. Showed a little bit of strength, yeah, on Wednesday. And then Thursday, yesterday just kind of traded down all day, down a point and a half. And again, if the boys want this thing up, they're going to keep it up, right? So is this going to retrace 100%? Who knows? Maybe I'm looking at 50% retracement, but that being said, we'll see what's going to give us, and still show some weakness after the dust settles. You know what we're going to do. NUE's sitting on actually trading in this wedge channel to the downside. I like it for at least another point to the downside, not just there yet. So we're gonna see if this shows us some more weakness. And it's only down 50 cents, so something like that yesterday. So we're gonna see if we can enjoy some of it today. and if it gives one weakness, we'll take it all the way down the trend line. All right, guys. ALK is another one that has a little bit of a wedge. We're gonna have a look at this thing, see if we can top ticket to the downside trend, and see if this shows some more weakness like it showed into the close yesterday. So if it does, then we see we definitely have some meat on the bone at the downside. So it's going to continue this trend. Definitely going to keep this on watch and trade this as much as we can. Last but not least, we have Boom. Boom, finally, we've been stalking this thing for quite a while since its run up. And it reached its all-time high of the 66.30. It kind of not halted but stopped there very momentarily and then cracked right through that thing. So it closed pretty strong into the market. Obviously that's a level that everybody's looking at. So we're gonna see if this thing could really trade above its all-time high. If so, let's see how far it can go, right? But certainly can't go forever, right? So we're gonna wait for this exhaustion to step in, and definitely not gonna get squeezed out. So no need to catch the top. Catch the top is something that it's really not needed to be trading that way. There's always so much meat on the bone. There's no need to catch the top of everything, right? Or the bottom, whatever that is. Let that for everybody else, man. Stay safe, stay diligent, and at the end of the day, mitigate your risk. When you mitigate your risk, you don't get hurt, right? So that being said, guys, we got 7 going into the session and wrapping up the week. Let's wrap it up strong. So as always, if you like what we're doing here, I want to know how we're checking these charts, getting our watches together, these charts or any other charts, come check out the site, thestreettrading.com, and we will sort you out on our 90-day course. As always, guys, stick to your stops, stay diligent, be patient in the market, and enjoy the ride. All right, guys, have a good one.